Hi, I'm Chelsea, and I'm the chairperson of the New Zealand Game Developers Association. I'm also the head of strategy and corporate development for CerebralFix, which is a game studio in Christchurch, New Zealand that does mobile games and location-based experiences. And I didn't always work in the game space. I actually used to be a molecular geneticist, and I worked in medical diagnostics for many years in the Baltimore, Washington area. And while that was fun, I kind of always wanted to be in a space that had more opportunities to be creative. So about 3 years ago, my partner and I left the US and moved to New Zealand. And yeah, since then, I've been working at CerebralFix, working in games. Yeah, I would say I'm definitely inspired by people who are passionate about things. And it doesn't really have to be kind of anything specific, but I found that in the creative industries where you have more opportunities for creative expression, there's just so much more passion and kind of like fire, and that is so infectious. Like I find that anybody who like looks on Wikipedia and ends up on like one of those rabbit holes where you're like, oh, I've learned so much stuff about this random event. I just find that happens so often, but with people in the creative space. And it's kind of that fire and that passion is very, inspirational for me. And I love people who are able to communicate that passion really clearly. And that I think is a way of communing with people and with kind of sharing your interest. And I've had just kind of so many cool, relationships and projects that have come up just because, people are passionate about things. And it's been an awesome opportunity for me to learn from others. I kind of felt in my old career, there were opportunities to grow, but it was really corporate. I wasn't growing as a person and as an individual, and my soul wasn't growing. And so that was, I think, the big thing that led us to, my partner and I both quit our jobs in the States and, sold all of our stuff and moved to New Zealand. So I think that was a really big part of it. I would definitely I wish I had told my younger self to take more opportunities to be creative, because I had a lot of opportunities, but I grew up in this world where you have kind of like this idea of what success is. Like I'm very squarely in the like millennial generation. And I think that a lot of us had this idea that you had to climb the corporate ladder, and in order to be happy, you had to have constantly be moving up, and kind of that vertical movement was the thing that defined who you are. And I think that stopped me from taking more creative chances and even just looking for individual opportunities for creative expression. And so I wish I could go back and tell myself, hey, just like, take that art class, or like go on that trip that isn't about, just sitting on a beach. Maybe it's about, learning a new skill like surfing, or, doing more tramping. Freaking go outside. So yeah, I wish I could, if I had anything to tell my younger self, I think it would be that. And then I think coupled to that would be like, don't care about what's cool. Like I think Gen Z has done a really good job with this. And if I've like very much, I don't know if this is the takeaway from TikTok, but I definitely have learned this from TikTok, is like, they don't care what's cool. They care about like exploring new ideas and new thoughts and feelings, and like having kind of candid conversations about things that have always been taboo. And I love that, like, that they don't, I mean, I'm sure people still care about what's cool, but I wish I could go back and say, don't care about what's cool, throw out this book on what the corporate ladder looks like and do what feels good.